Welcome to some moments in my life living in Antigua, Guatemala. I've been living here for a few weeks now, and I'm in awe of the beauty and wonder of this place. This is a little tour of my Guatemalan villa. I really appreciate the aesthetic here in Antigua and how everything has so much character and so much history behind it. This house I am staying in truly feels like a home, and we have such a gorgeous garden with so many different flowers and plants to bask in, to lay in, and just let the sun kiss our face. Living in Antigua, I truly feel like I've been traveling back in time. This place is just so simple, so surreal. I feel so present here, so connected, and I feel like this is exactly where I need to be right now. I've already learned so much from this land, from the people, from the energy here, and I'm truly honored to be welcomed onto this land. Hello friends! So I've been here in Antigua, Guatemala for a few days now, and I absolutely love it here. It is just so full of history. I feel like everywhere I go, I see a different rune or a different artifact or a different painting that you can just tell has so many stories behind it. And I think that is so beautiful and so glorious, and the energy here is very, very potent. Like, it just feels like this place that is very ancient, and Antigua means ancient, so this city is very ancient, and I just feel very at home here. It's so different than where I was before. I was living in the jungle in Costa Rica, and now I'm here in Antigua, and I feel like it's a nice integration place to be from coming, from the jungle. I feel a lot more grounded here than I probably would in like a really big city. It's still pretty small, and it has this like Euro vibe to it. Like, there's like cobblestone streets and these little terraces and balconies and flowers everywhere, and it is just a beautiful place. There's all these little cafes that you can go to that you just kind of like go to the back, and then you realize it's like this gorgeous cafe with all of these plants, and the aesthetic is really beautiful here, which I appreciate so much. And the people here are very sweet, very kind from what I've experienced so far, and I just feel very good here. My body feels good, my heart feels really good. Starting to feel a lot more grounded. I feel like the last few months for me have been a little bit of like a whirlwind of energy, and as most of you know, if you do know me personally in real life, or even from what I've shared online, I am pretty much an introvert, and it can be hard for me to like be around a lot of people and a lot of different energies. So being like a traveling introvert has definitely been a learning process for me, really learning like what works for me and what doesn't, and what practices and rituals that I need to incorporate in my daily life in order to still feel like grounded, to feel safe, to feel like I can still have my space while traveling. So where I'm staying is so cute. It is so cute. It's like a beautiful garden, and there's a kitchen, there's rooms, and me and my partner are staying here. And there's an orange tree that I'm looking at right now that's so beautiful. And I can actually see the volcano from my room, which is like extraordinary. I've never been in a place that has a lot of volcanic energy. So I'm very excited to be here. That's one of the reasons I wanted to come to Guatemala, was just to kind of integrate into the volcanic energy of this place. I think that it's very powerful, and I know that like the fire element is really good for me. It really like reignites this like passion, desire, like ambition and inspiration within me. So I'm really excited to like be around that, and I feel it really strongly. I've been guided to come to this place for about 2 years now. I had a really good friend kind of tell me about Guatemala, and she was telling me how she trekked up the volcano and was like showing me photos like about 2 years ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, like right when I saw that, I'm like, I need to go there. And then I was at this women's circle, and I actually ended up pulling this card. It was like this goddess deck, and I don't remember the exact name of the goddess. I think it was Pele. I think she's a Hawaiian goddess or Guatemalan goddess. I'm not too sure like where she originates from, but it was a depiction of her like standing really tall and like all of these volcanoes around her. And the message that I got through the card was really that I need to step more into my power, you know, and really like call upon this goddess for guidance and inspiration. And the card had a beautiful meaning, and at the time it was resonating so much with me. It was about 2 years ago, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I need to go to Guatemala, like this is the sign. And then like I think a few weeks later, I was doing some kind of ceremony with my friends, and I pulled another card that was connected to the volcanic energy, and I was like, okay, that's the third sign that I need to go to Guatemala. And then so many people around me were traveling here, so I'm so happy to be here. I feel like when you travel to a new place, it's always a bit ungrounding at first, and I've kind of been going from like place to place for pretty much this whole year so far. So it's been really nice to be somewhere that like still has conveniences of like the city, but also has so much nature and so much culture and so much like real raw beauty. So I think this is the perfect place for me to kind of find a home right now, and I really am enjoying living here. There is amazing vegan food in Antigua if you ever come here. Oh my gosh, I just need to make a whole video on the vegan food here, because the meals that I've had so far have been delicious, and there's like an abundance of vegan options, which is amazing. And I feel like all the food that I've eaten so far has been really good. And I'm also really excited to travel to Lake Atitlan, which I've heard so many amazing things about. And everyone that comes to Guatemala needs to go to this lake, because it is just such an energy vortex. And I do hear that the Mayan culture is very rich down there. So I am really excited to connect with the Mayan people and to really see, you know, how they live and the energy that they bring and what they're creating. And to be able to, yeah, just like be in that energy vortex. It is such an honor, and I feel like that is definitely one of the reasons I really wanted to come here, was to experience that. I'm very excited to travel there, and there's so many places around there to travel to, so I'm gonna see what I get up to. I'm kind of just like flowing with it. I don't have anything planned yet, and I feel like that is such a beautiful way to travel, where a lot of people would want to like plan everything perfectly. I feel like I've traveled enough to know that like nothing ever goes perfectly, so it's really important to just kind of flow with it and to have a rough plan, but to not be too fixated on like the outcome of that plan. I'm also thinking of climbing a volcano here. I really wanted to climb a volcano for a long time, and there is one that is like a 24-hour hike. And I've had a bunch of friends that have done that same trek, so I'm planning that, and I'm definitely really nervous because I know it can be kind of hard, but at the same time, I'm here to do hard things and challenging things that are going to help me grow, and I feel like those are the best experiences to really have. The little moments throughout the day that nourish my body, nurture my mind and my emotions, and bring me back to love. Really help me to keep present in the time and space that I'm in right now. I feel like traveling and being on the move constantly, life can become almost like a movie, skipping to the next scene and becoming eager of what's ahead. But where I am right now in this present moment is so sacred, so divine. And as I learn and as I grow and shift my perspectives on life, I really start to embody more of my true, authentic self and start to really tap into my purpose in this life. Doing the things I love, the things that bring me peace, like eating delicious vegan food, spending time with my loved ones, creating, singing, playing, dancing. These things bring me back to why I'm here right now in this moment. Sometimes we can get caught up in our day-to-day routines and our responsibilities as we get older. But when we do things that we enjoy more and make them a priority, when we live with more gratitude and intention, when we think before we do and adapt a more conscious lifestyle, a more sustainable lifestyle, our thoughts start to change from what can we take to what can we give back, from how can I do more to how can I do just enough. We live in a fast-paced society that tells us we need to hustle, we need to make the most money, we need to be famous and rich and almost greedy. But those things don't bring us true happiness. And I've seen that firsthand from my travels and my experiences. The most simple moments and the most simple ways of living truly are the most fulfilling. A simple life does not mean that you can't have money, you can't be abundant and happy and wealthy. Just always remember your intention and the reason behind why you want these things. What will you do with this abundance that you have been gifted? How will you spend your time? Hola! So today we're going to be going to Caoba Farms, which is about a 15-minute drive away from Antigua Guatemala, and it's a beautiful farm with tons of fresh produce, and it's all farm to table food there. So we're gonna go grab some fresh produce and also eat a little snack, have a little lunch at the farm. So I'm super excited. They have some vegan options, which I'm super excited about. I'm going to see what they have when we get there. And also I haven't really been able to find like fresh farm food since I've been in Antigua, like organic produce. So hopefully they have more produce like that is organic, or at least from a farm. So I'm super excited to go there and see how it is. It hasn't been open for the last 4 days. So we've been waiting to go to this farm to get fresh produce to be able to cook dinner for ourselves here. And yeah, I'm super excited. We went to the gym this morning and I just started working out again. So as I'm holding this camera, my arms are literally burning. But the gym here is super cute. It has everything that I really need to work out. So it was really nice to work out. I love working out. It's definitely for my mental health, it's so important, and also obviously my physical health. So it was really nice to do that, get back in that like routine kind of vibe. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to come to Antigua, to kind of ground down back into a little bit of a routine, going to the gym, having my morning practice, just like doing more like mundane things that I really enjoy, being an introvert. Anyways, so I'm excited to go to this farm and we're gonna be leaving soon. So this is not a fully vegan restaurant, but they have avocado toast. They have chia seed pudding for breakfast. And then they have a bunch of sides. So you can get a veggie burger. It's vegan. Vegan patty. You can get falafel that's vegan. Salads and all the different kinds of fries, fruit, and then there's all these extras here like gluten-free bread, seasonal fruit, falafel. They also have smoothies, like all these different smoothies that look really good, like there's beets in them, ginger. Yeah, I really like that. And yeah, all these other drinks here. So we are back from the farm. We actually ended up walking home because after our lunches, we're like, okay, we need to just like walk this off for a bit. So it was like a 30-minute walk home. So it was actually a really nice walk. It was just like straight street down to where we're living, and it was perfect. It was great. And now we're just making dinner for a really good friend of ours who's coming over, and we're all gonna have a beautiful vegan dinner tonight with all the fresh produce that we bought. I'm super excited because our friend is going to be leaving in a few days, so it'll be nice to see him. So as for Koba Farms, it's a great place to get like fresh produce. I didn't really know if a lot of it was organic or not, but I know that it is grown there in the farm. A lot of it is, like a lot of the lettuce and the greens and the vegetables are grown there on the farm. So you can be sure that like the food that you're eating is grown from the soil, you know, it's not sprayed with like pesticides or anything like that. And yeah, it's like locally grown. So I was able to find a lot of different health food products there that I haven't really been able to find anywhere else in Antigua. So it's definitely worth checking out. It's also very kid friendly, so if you have like children or anything, it's super kid friendly. There's like a whole place to do yoga, there's aerial silks, and there was like a kids aerial class going on, so it was super cute. There's a butterfly garden there, so it's also super beautiful. There's so many butterflies, so many flowers, so many plants, and the food that we did have was really delicious. You just want to make sure that if you are vegan, to specify no leche, no carne, no huevos, none of the things that aren't vegan. But other than that, the food was delicious. We really enjoyed it, and yeah, I highly recommend to check it out if you are in Antigua. I'm sending you so much love. I hope that you have a beautiful night, and I'll talk to you soon.